Hi, today I wanted to talk through my top 10 tips for making the process of going swimming as easy as possible. So I've been learning about behaviour change recently and the importance of removing barriers to ensure that you can keep up with your commitment to physical activity. And I think with swimming, there can be a lot of additional things you have to sort out. So taking a heavy bag with you, the whole process of getting changed and ready afterwards. And I really wanted to streamline that process to make sure that I can stick with my aim of going at least 3 times a week. I'm particularly looking for ways to make my swim bag as light as possible, as well as to reduce that time, particularly in the changing room, sorting myself out afterwards. So yeah, the items and ideas that I'm sharing today are things that I've found to be the most helpful so far. So I'm going to save some of the favourites until the end, but my absolute favourite I'm going to start off with, which is a towel poncho. So I have previously seen these for outdoor swimming, but I've not really seen them so much in indoor pools, and I think they're a real game changer, or they are at least for me, because you can throw it on when you come out of the pool or the shower, and because you're wearing your towel, you're kind of getting dry without even having to do anything, which is amazing. You don't have to worry about keeping your towel up, and I tend to find by the time I've gone to my locker, got my stuff out, and I'm ready to get dressed, I'm on the way to being pretty dry. I got this one in a size small to medium, which has been a good size, and you can still sort of use it to dry off like the bottom of your legs or whatever quite easily with the size of it. And it also comes with a hood, so if you've got wet hair, that could be quite handy. I bought mine from a brand called Vivida, and it was about £30 down from £50. You can obviously find cheaper ones, but when I was looking into it, I did see that Vivida specialise in swimwear for indoor and outdoor swimming, and you could just tell that the quality but also the design of them is really nice, and they look nice as well, because obviously a towel poncho is a little bit of a random thing to wear in the changing rooms, but with this it just looks like a nice, almost like a nice long hoodie. It is quite long obviously but yeah, like a hoodie or fleecy dress really. This one comes with a pocket, which is quite handy if you need to, I don't know, keep a key for your locker or whatever. So yeah, so far since I bought this, I haven't gone to the pool without it. In the past I had tried out a microfiber towel. A microfiber towel is good from the point of view of it being lightweight, but I found that it didn't absorb water very easily, or it just wasn't very easy to dry yourself with it. And yeah, certainly not cozy, whereas this, you put it on and just straight away you feel cozy and you feel like you're getting dry, so that's always good. So definitely recommend that. Next up is a swim bag. So this is my swimming bag. I previously have always relied on whatever rucksack I happen to have in the cupboard, but now having had a swim bag, I'm not too sure how I managed without one, because obviously it's built for swimming. You've got a lot more kind of sensible compartments that you might need. So for example, there's place to put your flip-flops or sliders, place where you could put your water bottle, phone, snacks. And I really like in this Speedo bag, which I've got, which I think was about, I got it in the sale, so I think in the sale it was like £36. But I really like this big compartment here and the way that it opens, because yeah, there's a very wide opening, so you can just chuck all of your stuff in very easily, get your clothes out very easily. I think my favourite thing about this bag in particular is how comfortable it is as well. So it's got a spongy back to it, which is really nice, and then the same within the straps. These are really nice and supportive, and they've also got a clip, so you can spread the weight out over your body quite easily. There's obviously a few different swimming bags available, even from within Speedo. I did order another one actually, which would be more lightweight to start off with, but it was a very thin, almost like, the drawstring bags that you can get, but the straps on it were incredibly thin and the whole thing just wasn't very comfortable. So I can imagine that once you start putting things inside it, you're not going to get very far before wearing it, especially if you've got any kind of walk to the pool. It becomes quite uncomfortable. So yeah, I've been really pleased with this one and would definitely recommend. Also, I think it just enables you to have that dedicated swimming bag rather than, you know, using the one that you normally use for your supermarket shop and then you have to remember to put everything back. So next up is swimming outfit. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you need to buy a dedicated swimming outfit for the pool, but for me, I tend to live in leggings and jumpers, and the leggings are not an ideal outfit for putting on after swimming, especially with my hands where I've had a few operations and things like that. So I was looking into a more comfortable, looser outfit. I looked at various swim brands, some of which design particularly like trousers and jackets that you can wear for swimming, or prior to going swimming obviously. But yeah, I didn't find the trousers were a particularly great fit. I'm 5'8", and the best trousers that I've found are Lululemon Align joggers. So I can give you a demonstration. These are made from the same soft material that their famous Align leggings are made from, but obviously just a much looser fit, really comfortable, but also thin and lightweight as well. So they've been great, and they're just, to be honest, something that I'm now wearing all the time. So I think I will look to get some more. They are pricey. I think full price are around £80, but they do come up in the We Made Too Much sales that they have quite frequently. And with this top, this is a swiftly relaxed long sleeve top. And again, it's just that bit easier to get on and off with it being that looser fit. I think particularly will be useful in the warmer months. I have just picked up a couple of other outfits that I think will work well for going swimming in summer. So if you'd be interested in seeing and hearing about those, then let me know. So next up are sliders. I had previously used flip-flops when going to the pool, but since discovering sliders, these are kind of changing my life in terms of being so much easier to get on and off. So I just got this pair from Adidas, again in the sale actually for £15. They've been really good and really lightweight, and most importantly they dry out really fast as well. So by the time I come to put them in my swim bag after the swim, they tend to have dried out, which is brilliant. So next up is a swim cap. Now swim caps are not really my friend at all, but I knew if I'm going to try to stick to my commitment of going swimming at least 3 times a week, I need to be wearing a swim cap. Obviously, otherwise you're going to be washing your hair every time, getting chlorine in your hair as well, which isn't great for it, particularly if your hair is coloured. And yeah, that is the thing that really makes the process so much longer, because then you have to dry your hair, especially in winter. You know, it's not okay to just, for me to go on a 20-minute walk home afterwards with wet hair. So really needed to find a solution. So I went for a long, this long hair cap basically from Speedo. My hair isn't particularly long, but it means that you just have that extra bit of fabric that makes it easier to get on and off. And I certainly wouldn't say it's loose at all by any means. But yeah, to put it on, it recommends that you just pull it apart and put it straight down on your head if you've got shorter hair. For longer hair, weirdly, it recommends putting it straight on your hair while it's down and then tucking your hair in afterwards. I'm not sure if that's going to focus. Which I found a little bit strange, because it then means that you've kind of got the bulk of your hair at the base of the swim cap, which if anywhere is going to get wet, that's the place that's going to get wet. So I tend to ignore that, tie my hair in a bun and then put the cap straight down, or a ponytail, you know, lying it forward and then put the cap straight down, and that's worked really well so far and kept my hair dry, so definitely an improvement. Next up is a padlock. So I wanted to replace an old padlock which I had, which used to take a key and meant that I would have to wear the key while swimming. So yeah, obviously this is much easier, nothing to carry at the pool. It's quite simple just to unscrew it at the bottom, and then you set the code for the first time that way, and then it's locked to that code. And then yeah, of course, then as long as you remember the code, it all works well. So this was from Amazon, about £7 from a brand called Fort Locks. It has got a little bit of weight to it, but it kind of feels a good amount of sturdy to protect my locker. Next up is a hairbrush. So sticking with the idea of keeping your hair, you know, looking after your hair after the swim. So I just basically got an extra hairbrush, which sounds very simple, but again, just the process of having a separate hairbrush in my swim bag, which I leave there, means that I don't have to worry about packing my bag from scratch. So that's made a difference to me. I've got this one from Tangle Teaser, about £13, and is made specifically for wet hair. Another thing which I think is quite motivating is having workout gear or swimwear that you really like and look forward to wearing. So I did need to replace my swimming costumes recently because I'd had them for a while. So I got this new one from Speedo, which I really like actually, and is just a nice cheerful colour. And yeah, I do look forward to wearing it, and I think, you know, I'm going to take any motivation that I can. And yeah, just got some fresh goggles as well. Then one of my absolute favourite items, which has really helped me to keep on track with swimming, is the purchase of a fitness tracker which specialises in swimming. So this is the Garmin Swim 2, which I got relatively recently. I have tried fitness trackers in the past. I tried one from Fitbit and one from Samsung, but neither of them were able to track swimming or to go underwater very far, and certainly not to provide any data around your swim. So this has been really good from that perspective, in that once you tell it the length of the pool, is then keeping an eye on how many laps you've done, the speed you've done, and all sorts of amazing other data that it tells you in the app. It also tracks your heart rate throughout the day, which I really like. Again, with my old devices, you had to specifically ask it to track your heart rate or measure your heart rate in that moment, whereas this gives you some brilliant data. And the app that comes with it is amazing. I think it has so much more data than I've seen in other apps. So yeah, here's an example. I'm not sure if that will focus. But yeah, it's measuring all sorts of things, and all the usual things as well, like steps and sleep, calories, exercise, you know, other forms of exercise, obviously, stress. The feature that I like most actually is called Body Battery, and it basically measures all sorts of different things to then give you an idea of what your body battery is that day out of 100. And I do find it surprisingly accurate. You know, if you've had a stressful day or you're just feeling a bit down, it knows about it straight away, and it always gives you like some really good feedback about how to improve things, you know, whether that's to do a bit of exercise that day or just to remind you to have a rest. You know, I think those things do make a real difference. So my body battery is not looking amazing at the moment. Maybe need a bit more sleep. Don't know if that's focusing. But yeah, if you're interested in a full review of the Garmin Swim 2, do let me know, because I'd be happy to talk through both the watch and the features in the app, because I have found it so good actually. And yeah, I think once you're then in the habit of wearing a fitness tracker, it is just that reminder every time you look down there that, oh, I wanted to go swimming, and just the satisfaction as well of completing some of those targets and it telling you how far you swam. For me, it's just about getting to the pool, not even about having a particular target in there, but just the fact that it shows me a nice little graphic that yes, you went swimming today, I think is really nice. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. It comes in black and white straps. And then the final thing on my list is not something to take to the pool, but just something in terms of motivation, and that's about just reading more about swimming or watching videos about people who swim. I find that to be really motivating, and on days where I might be feeling tired or like I don't want to go to the pool, if I do watch something about swimming or read something, it makes a real difference and kind of spurs me on. So the book that I'm reading at the moment is called The Art of Resilience by Ross Edgley, and it basically tells the story of a challenge that he set himself a few years ago to swim around the whole of Great Britain, which is absolutely amazing. He says it's a 1,780 mile journey, and he swam through jellyfish and Arctic storms so fast that his tongue fell apart. So, you know, if you read something like that, then you kind of think to yourself, okay, I can manage to go and do a few lengths of my local pool. You know, this is doable. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that, and some of the videos that are out there on YouTube as well. So yeah, those are all of my tips to help make the process of swimming that bit easier. I hope that you found something useful. Do let me know in the comments of any particular tips that you liked and you're hoping to try out, and also any tips that you've got and things that have helped you to keep on track with your swimming or whatever form of physical activity you enjoy doing. If you'd like to see a more detailed what's in my swim bag video, do give this video a thumbs up, because yeah, there's lots of other things that go into my swim bag with me each time I go to the pool. But yeah, I will see you next time.